Welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be showing you how my legs looked like before amputation. I know that this is a topic that I get asked a lot, and today we are diving deep into it. That's me as a baby. And do you see a resemblance with my kids? I hope you can already see that, because look at me, look at my kids, the twins. The head, the forehead. Now you see where it's coming from. It's coming from me, not my husband. And it's amazing how I look like them, especially my youngest baby, the youngest two. I feel like I look like them the most, because when I see them with their baby pictures, I see myself a lot more than I did with the twins. And let's get into this. So how did my legs look like as a baby? Let's get into this. Look at that smile. Yes, that's me. I'm glad that my auntie had these pictures, because they come in handy big time. As you see, because one of the comments that I've received the most is like, your legs could have been saved with today's technology. No, notice how they miss some stuff. I think a bone there, if you look, I mean, I'm not a medical expert, but you can tell that they don't look the best, like the way that other legs that are crippled look like. And not only that, as you see, my legs are facing up to heaven. They are facing up and curled inside. I'm gonna show you another picture in a few seconds where you can see that as a baby they were facing inside like that. And by the way, I'm wearing an underwear, I know, because some people get triggered by that. So that's me with my legs. Of course, they're under that dress, and my mom took a lot of pictures. Too bad she lost a lot of them, but thankfully my auntie had some, so I asked her to give me some of these pictures, and she did. And that's exactly how my legs look like. And my mom did not shield me from the world. As you see, she took a lot of pictures. She made sure that I enjoy lifetime as a child. I was not shielded from the world, and I honestly think that that contributed to myself today, everything that I am today. And that is me after my mom worked her butt off to buy me prosthetic legs. And yes, back in the day we had no shirts on, and it did not bother anyone. We used to live like this. Let me tell you, the world has changed. Let me know if you are a girl or a boy that used to walk around with no shirts. And for me, I don't know whether I'm hiding my breast there or it's a pose, I don't know, but that is how I looked like back in the day. And there is me with my prosthetic legs. And as you see, if you look behind me there, you're going to see some canes. I was walking with cane, and that's how I walked when I was a baby and as child. And this is how I did. And I had prosthetic legs. And as you see here, I'm smaller. I'm a baby. I'm younger. I'm not chubby. And let me tell you this, that when you are not too fat, your prosthetic legs feel fine, feel better. And that's what I'm trying to get to, so that I can enjoy life. And did I tell you that I'm getting prosthetic legs, new prosthetic legs soon? Anyways, that's another topic for another day. So that is me with my legs. As you see, when I was a baby, they're facing a lot inside. As I grew, they face up. This is me as a baby. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Look at how cute I look. Anyways, that's how my babies look. If you know my children, especially the young one, he just got the color from the dad, but he's gonna get dark later on. But I think I look like them. Let me know, what do you think? Anyways, I want to share with you guys a message that is in my heart about this whole thing, but I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Who looks like my baby more? So guys, I just had to record that video because I was looking at that photo album and I was like, oh, look at the picture of myself. And I'm like, I'm going to share them with my subscribers, because a lot of people have been curious. But at the same time, I was like, oh my goodness, I need to just like say something about those pictures, because they kind of hit home a little bit for me of how I saw myself growing in my confidence and everything, because I don't care anymore that I don't have legs, because either way, I'm just gonna have renewed legs when I get to heaven anyway, so it doesn't bother me. But I want this to be a reminder to someone out there, whether you have legs, whether you do not have legs, that everything happens for a reason, especially when you are born with it. And even if you're not born with it, it still happens for a reason. So I want to encourage you that, you know what, even if you do not have legs, even if you're struggling with anything that makes you lose your confidence, whether people are saying you are ugly, because let's face it, disability is not only physical. Sometimes people just are not confident with the way they look, and they feel like, you know what, actually I'm not enough. And which the society that we live in has created that misconception on people that, you know what, you have to look a certain way. So when they look at, for example, people like me that do not have legs, they look them with an evil eye. When I say evil eye, I don't mean an hateful eye, but I mean the eye that makes them think that, you know what, I'll never like be associated with this person, especially, for example, in marriage, relationships, or anything like that. That the people that actually think that, not because they want to, but because it's just the society that they grew up in that made their heads to think like that. So they think that, you know what, I wouldn't date or marry someone with like that, with disability like that. I want to say that I hope that my life will just encourage someone out there and hopefully change someone's mind to look at people from within, not from without, because as you guys know, and I believe in God, you guys know that I'm a hardcore believer in God, and God says that man usually looks at the outside, which I understand. That's why a lot of people judge from the outside, but try to be that person to renew your mind, where you're going to be looking at the people inside. And I'm hoping that this channel of mine is going to grow and change a lot of people's minds. Like, you know what, if Nell can be able to bear children, if Nell can be pregnant and she doesn't have legs, that means that she's just a person, just like any other person. And look at other people that God created differently the same way, and know that, you know what, we are created differently for a purpose, and we should never have a negative thoughts about someone just because of how they look on the outside. That is one thing that, for me, I don't need to train myself to do that, because I've dealt with that from the personal point. So I've dealt with people looking at me with an evil eye because of how different I look. But I'm just hoping that you, as a person there, I know it's not easy. Try to look at me one day and don't look at me as someone who doesn't have legs. Just look at me like, oh, she's a woman, she's a mother. And don't try to, what I mean is that try to look at me as a normal person and see if that can happen, and try to implement that into your daily lives, if you know what I mean. I hope that was encouraging to you, because I just had to make it on my pajamas before I go to shower, because today I have a long day. So I'm 15 minutes in, as you see. I'm sweating like crazy. It's actually cool. Everyone have sweaters in the house, but it's cold. And this uses a lot of energy. And it's the reality of using prosthetic legs. I'm sweating like crazy, guys. So, that's how we're gonna go. And I'll see you in a few minutes.